Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about how to add and subtract polynomials. So, first very important concept I want you to remember is that to add polynomials, you can group the like terms horizontally and then find the sum, or you can write them in a column and add them vertically. So, I'm going to show you both methods. However, I prefer this one, personally, but you can do it your way. So, you can group them, and find the sum, or write them in a column, add them vertically. Alright, so here we go. We're going to find the sum. So let's say we have 4a squared plus 7a minus 12 plus negative 9a squared minus 6 plus 2a. So if we want to horizontally group the like terms, we would do it like this. 4a squared minus 9a squared, took the two like terms, plus 7a plus 2a, plus negative 12 plus negative 6. Then we're going to add. Okay, notice that before I add, I've combined everything in the parentheses. So I have negative 5a squared plus 9a minus 18. So my solution is going to be negative 5a squared plus 9a minus 18. Or this is my solution. So I just took everything that's alike and regrouped it and put it together. Or I can do the vertical method. So I took my two things and I lined them up. So I've got, this time I'm taking a different problem. 3a squared minus b squared plus 3ab plus 4ab plus 6b squared. So I'm going to line them up. The important thing about lining them up is it's kind of like when you're adding decimals, is that you want to line it up and make sure when you do decimals, you make sure your decimal is lined up. So in this case, you want to make sure your like terms are lined up. So I would have 3a squared minus b squared plus 3ab. So when I go to put it together, notice I have no other a squared. So I'm going to leave a space there. So I do 3a squared minus b squared. I'm going to line up my other b squared here. So leave a hole here. I'm going to put my 6b squared right under my minus b squared. And then I have a 4ab over here, so have my ab's lined up, my b squareds lined up, and nothing under my a squared. So then I can just work my way across, adding. And when you add and subtract, you always work from right to left. So I would come over here. I have 3ab plus 4ab gives me 7ab. Negative b squared plus 6b squared, I would get 5b squared. And then I have 3a squared. And in all honesty, you could actually do it from either way because it's not like you're going to carry something. So let's do a couple more examples of adding polynomials. Okay, I've gone ahead and done these vertically because that's my preference, but again, if you want to do it horizontally, you can. 3x squared plus 2x minus 7 plus negative 2x squared plus 15. So I have 3x squared plus 2x minus 7 plus negative 2x squared. I put a 0x as a placeholder right here, plus 15. It's a good habit to get in with the placeholder because as you move into higher maths and you start learning how to divide polynomials, you're going to have to use a placeholder. So if you're in the habit, it will help you when you get further along. Maybe you don't need it in what you're doing today, but further in your math career you will, so you might as well just do it now. So if you go ahead and add them, negative 7 plus 15 gives you 8. 2x plus 0x gives you just 2x, and then 3x squared minus 2x squared leaves you with x squared. So your solution is right here, x squared plus 2x plus 8. Okay, so now we have this. And we actually have an extra step when we do this one that I'm going to show you in just a minute. So we start out with ab squared plus ba cubed plus 4a cubed b minus ab squared minus 5ab. So it's a little more complex. So when we go to look at this, and I actually flipped this all around, I hope it doesn't confuse you. So if you look at this, and I wrote this one first because it had more numbers to it. I wrote this one on top, 4a cubed b minus ab squared minus 5ab. And then we come and look over here. So here I have AB squared, so I lined that up with this. So I had a minus AB squared here, and I have a plus AB squared here. So this is taken care of. I have a minus 5AB. I don't have any ABs over here, so I wrote plus 0AB. So there's that placeholder issue again. Now, here I have 4A cubed B. Over here I have BA cubed. Well, keep in mind that multiplication is commutative, which means you can rearrange it. So BA cubed, I can rewrite as A cubed B. BA cubed is equal to A cubed B because multiplication is commutative. In other words, you can flip-flop it without changing the value. So I can write these back and forth without changing them. So in order to have these values match, I'm just going to flip-flop these. So now I have a 4A cubed B here, and I have an A cubed B in this problem. So now it makes it easier to add. So now I've lined them up vertically, I'm ready to add. So I've got a negative 5AB and a 0AB, which is going to leave me with negative 5AB. I made a mistake here. I have negative AB squared plus AB squared, which leaves me with 0 AB squared, or just 0. And then right here, I have 4A cubed B plus A cubed B. Remember, there's that imaginary 1. So I have 5A cubed B. So when we get done, 0 is going to go away. So what is my solution? 5A cubed B minus 5AB. Because these canceled out, leaving you with 0. Okay, so that is adding polynomials. Which brings us to a very important concept number 2, which is that when you subtract polynomials, this should be the word you need to find the additive inverse, or the opposite, of the terms behind the subtraction sign and then add. So what does that mean? You certainly know what the additive inverse is, but what am I telling you to do? Remember that when we have a subtraction here, that makes everything inside, on the other, everything in here is going to get reversed. So if I have this problem, 4x squared plus 7x minus 12 minus this, it's the same as saying negative 1 times all this. So when I do 4x squared plus 7x minus 12, this is the same. I'm doing same switch change, the same thing we always do. So same switch, now I've got to go through and change everything. So this becomes plus 9. So I've switched this, and I'm changing all of this, changing this from a minus to a plus, from a minus to a plus. This was a plus, so now I'm going to make it a minus, or a plus a negative. So now I can add it, but make sure this was in the wrong order, so I've got to do it. I've got to switch everything to be, I'm going to switch this, I don't want to say plus and negative here, I'm just going to do a minus, just the same. This was plus here, it's going to be minus here. So I also have to line up my things. So now I have 4x squared plus 7x minus 12, which was the same as it's always been. Same, switch change. I've got my switch changed version here. Now I can add. Negative 12 plus 6 is negative 6. Notice I switched my 6 and my 2x when I go to line it up. 7x minus 2x is 5x. And then I've got these. 4x squared plus 9x squared gives me 13x squared. Here's my solution. Okay, so let's try a couple more subtraction polynomial problems where we use our same switch change to get our answer. Okay, so here's our original problem, x cubed minus 7x plus 4x squared minus 2. This is all sorts of out of order, minus 2x squared minus 9x plus 4. Let's hit it with same switch change. Keep it the same, switch. Got to change everything. This was positive, it became negative. This was negative, it became positive. This was positive, it became plus and negative, or we're just going to make it a minus. So here's my change, change, change. Okay, so now let's rearrange it into descending order because that's how you write polynomials, and line it up. So this becomes x cubed plus 4x squared minus 7x minus 2 plus, leave a placeholder, or you can write a 0, you don't always have to when it's in the front, negative 2x squared plus 9x minus 4. Now we can add. Negative 2 plus negative 4 gives you negative 6. Negative 7x plus 9x gives you positive 2x. Positive 4x squared minus 2x squared leaves you with 2x squared. Just bring down your x cubed. Here is your solution. Okay, let's do one more subtraction. Okay, this one's already written vertically, but I have not done same switch change. So keep this one the same. Switch. Let's do a change. Change, change, change. Okay, switch from my minus to a plus. Change that, change that, change that. You've known same switch change since your first week of 6th grade. Change everything in there. So now we're ready. Negative 7 plus negative 10 gives you negative 17. Positive 4y plus another y gives you a plus 5y. 3y cubed plus 4y cubed gives you 7y cubed. So this is your new solution when you subtract polynomials.